One Piece chapter 1146, it is titled Motion in Stillness. The cover page continues with Yamato's pilgrimage, and now that Oti and Page One are saved by Yamato, they want to serve under her. Now this can be viewed as one of two ways. Number one, it could be similar to how Kaido looked after these two once Hinafune was killed, or number two, how Oden had retainers and after he saved a few of them or a few of them acknowledged his strength, they wanted to serve under him. But with that out of the way, let's get into this chapter's breakdown. Y'all already know what happened in the last chapter. After all the chaos involving the fire, it died down. The Collun pirates, hey, they're happy. They're like, we saved the kids. Let's go search for the Holy Knights. Welp, they didn't have to search long because Gunko, she arrived on the Svarr. Seeing this, Nami, she came to the conclusion that Gunko is the human intruder that had been running amok on Elbaph. And while this is true, Gunko looked at Nami. She was like, you dare say that we're human? You would have thought that Nami had called her out of her name, called her a slur, freaking said anything, the way that Gunko looked down on them with disgust. At this statement, Brook, he had a question mark, which is something that was revealed and kind of important later in the chapter. But to Nami's claim, Gunko, she clarifies that they're gods, not human. And I love Usopp here. He's like, hey, we talking like a Nell level god? We talking a celestial dragon? Like, what are we talking about here? And in the meantime, while Gunko's explaining everything, it appears that Frankie took out the lightning cloud that was attacking the group. And I kind of find this interesting because, well, it looks like he used a radical beam, but that is light and lightning is also light, so that doesn't make too much sense to me. But at the same time, it's One Piece. They do stuff like that all the time. But back to Gunko, she reveals that the Holy Knights, that they were leading the kids to the Holy Land of Marijoa, so the cat's out the bag that she's a celestial dragon. However, Brook, he took it a step further and said she's much more than just a regular celestial dragon. She's a Holy Knight. The fact that Brook, of all people, made this statement, I'm not gonna lie, it shocked me. Typically, for big reveals or information like this, Robin or Jinbei, they're the ones to reveal it, because Robin, she's just a whole lot of knowledge. Honestly, she's a human encyclopedia. And then Jinbei, because of all the experience that he has on sea, he just definitely has more experience than the other Straw Hats. And I guess technically Brook is the oldest one there. He's like 90, so he has a lot of experience. So I wonder if he learned about the Holy Knights during his time as a part of the Rumbar Pirates, and if that's the case, then well, who told him it and when did it happen? Another thing I want to note is that there's no special interaction between Gunko and Brook here. So hey, I guess Gunko, she can separate the artist from the artwork. Once this is revealed, Gunko, she springs into action, and guess who she targets first? It's not Usopp's day. I guess she knows that he's the weakest one of the crew, but while she's attacking Usopp, Nami, she summons Zeus and attempts to attack Gunko with a Thunder Shark, which is essentially Zeus in shark form. Now, why did this happen? I don't know. Like I said, he's light. He's going to move at the same speed regardless. I guess technically you could add some anime twist in there and maybe that makes him faster. Maybe Oda just wanted to do some more unique ways of Nami using this attack. I don't know. I guess, like I said, it's kind of cool that Zeus can turn into a shark, but well, I don't think it makes him stronger or anything. Nevertheless, Nami tried to attack Gunko, who used her Devil Fruit to redirect the attack back at the Straw Hats. And Nami, well, she don't want to get hit by lightning, because do you blame her? She runs, and Brook, he's the one that takes the brunt of the attack. And I believe this is a reference back to what happened during Whole Cake Island when Zeus attacked. Shout out Big Usopp. I give him a lot of hate because I expect more from him, but he did something in this chapter. He attacked Gunko and blew up her upper half. Granted, she has regeneration, which I'll talk about a little bit later, but I'd say it's pretty impressive that Usopp, he shot so quickly that Gunko couldn't react. And maybe she just chose not to react. That's very well a thing, but at the same time, well, she repelled Nami's attack. So I'm under the impression we're pushing the Usopp agenda, that he just attacked her so quickly she couldn't react. I mentioned earlier that Gunko, she regenerated similar to the Gorosei. Now, we know the type of trouble that it caused Luffy, and you know, no matter what he did, he couldn't defeat them because they just kept regenerating. And this makes me wonder if Gabon, if he's going to be the key. We know that when Rayleigh was first introduced, he showcased Haki whenever he stopped Kizaru. So I wonder if Gabon is going to showcase some level of Haki or another ability that's able to neutralize the Celestial Dragon's regeneration. But if you guys have made it this far into the video and you're enjoying the content, let me know by leaving a like, subscribing to the channel, and hitting the notification bell so you guys never miss out on a new video. I pump out different One Piece content almost each and every day. The butt whooping that Gunko is giving the Straw Hats, it makes me excited not only to see Sommers and Killingham what they can do since they're on Elbaph, but also Shamrock and more importantly Garling, because they're gonna be problems whenever we finally get to see them. Fun fact, if you switch out Chopper and Usopp, this is actually the same crew that went against Big Mom, and you know, when they were dealing with her on Whole Cake Island, dealing with her enraged with her hunger pains. So is it safe to say we're pushing more agenda? Is it safe to say that Gunko might be stronger than Big Mom? But Gunko handled business. She sprung into action. She freaking got Collun up out the paint. When Brook and Jinbei tried to attack her, she redirected the attacks so the two would hit each other. Nami, she got kicked off the Svarr. Usopp, she did Usopp the dirtiest. He got hit clean in the face with a flying knee. Does Gunko, does she need to be a part of the UFC? Ronda Rousey, who, like, what? And doing all this, all the Straw Hats, they got knocked off the Svarr. I think Oda did this because he wanted to give Gunko some gas, because let's be honest, Gunko's display so far hasn't necessarily been impressive, because number one, she took on two no-name giants. Y'all know how I feel about the giants. I think they're hella overrated. Apparently Gunko doesn't, but the way that they're acting, well, they ain't done nothing. But she also ended up beating up on Loki, who, yes, he's impressive, but at the same time he was chained up. So I think Oda wanted to give Gunko some gas here. At the same time, well, we gotta praise her, we gotta prove on the Straw Hats, because what the hell have they been doing? And they got Jinbei, the same, basically the same individuals plus Jinbei that was able to stop Saturn from either, I don't remember if it was killing or trying to take Nico Robin. You mean to tell me that they can't stop Gunko here? Like, what? Like, so we gotta give her credit, but what the Straw Hats are doing as an Emperor crew, it's pretty embarrassing. Now, before Gunko put them over her knee and just started spanking them, she did mention the importance of the giants, the kids, the reason why they're being kidnapped. We know that it was to be bargaining chips. Gunko talked about the upcoming war. We know this is going to happen for two reasons. Number one, it was prophesized in the Harley with the Third World, and then secondly, when it comes to anime, you know, the final battle, final war, that's always a thing. Gunko talks about the importance of the giants because whoever side they are on, they're going to shift the battle in their favor. It's funny to note that when she mentioned this, it showed a fat Luffy and a fat Loki side by side. So I wonder if this is Oda some way confirming that Loki is going to be Luffy's ally by the end of the series. And so talking about the importance of giants, it's probably why Sommers was so mad at the end of the chapter, because we know that Killingham took control of the Hour Library, and he's going to allow Sommers to send a message throughout the entirety of Elbaph. Sommers, who just beat up Saul, talks about how the giants have gone soft, and back in the day during Harold's rule, the giants were supposed to be the Holy Knights mercenaries, but apparently Harold messed something up. I assume Sommers is referring to his death. I'm not entirely sure. It definitely has something to do with why he was killed and why Loki is now called the Accursed Prince. So we're probably going to get a flashback of Loki and Harold probably over the next few chapters, maybe one, depending on how long it's supposed to be. But once this is revealed, Loki and Luffy, they're definitely finally going to be in the action. But that's it for chapter 1146. Let me know how you guys feel about it in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you guys never miss out on a new video. Follow my Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok is on the screen and in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to unleash your potential.